At 17, I moved to New York at 17, trying to get away from that tobacco. Dad had planted 100 acres that year. 100 acres of tobacco. I was like, what in the world? I went to New York, moved to New York. I got there on a Thursday. And on a Monday, a guy came, or Tuesday actually, a guy came in the barbershop. My brother was a barber in New York. And so a guy came in the barbershop and said, asked who I was. And my brother said, oh, this is my brother. He just came from down south. And this guy, his name was Mr. Green. He said, oh, that boy need a job. Send that boy down to Ford Motor Company. They are taking applications on Wednesdays. And so I went down there on a Wednesday, and that Wednesday, and I never came home. I got hired, and I worked second shift that night. And they hired me at 17 because I was going to be 18 in August. I got hired in June. So I worked at Ford Motor Company, and it was almost like heaven. I never had a public job really before. Little minor stuff, like working at a gas station or something like that in high school. But other than that, I never had a real job. And here I was working at Ford Motor Company, 17, and in 90 days, I'm going to be officially a member of the Ford Motor Company world. I'm going to be 18. And it was great. I got my first check. I almost gave it back. I knew they had gave me the wrong check. There's no way in the world I could make that much money in 1 week. And so that was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed that time at Ford. I was there 10 years. And prior to going to IBM. I left Ford Motor Company, went to IBM, stayed at IBM another 10 years. But all in that particular time, in that time frame, I did a lot of stuff, a lot of different things happened. Ended up with two sons, and then going to IBM, I ended up getting married, and I had two more sons, and those particular sons, people know them by their talent, by their music, Jordan and Jonathan. Jonathan is the one that sings a lot on the background CDs of mine right now. He's my background singer. Him and Mr. Ray Braswell, they do pretty much all the background on every CD that you hear me sing. And then the other boy, the fourth son, Pardison, people call him now Pardison Party, known for that. His name is Jordan. He went to school here in Durham County. Went to Northern. Started playing basketball, got known by his basketball skills, and went to Mount Zion Christian Academy, played ball for them. And that's where he graduated from Mount Zion, because he wanted to go there because of McGrady went there. And so he had that career going on. Pardison just adopted that name, Pardison, and he could tell you all about it. If you YouTube him, he'll tell you all about it. Pardison has his own success with him and Cardi B and Kanye West and Megan, and but all of that is just absolutely wonderful. To be sitting in my shoes, not having to ever been to court with any of the boys. I have 6 boys. So I never been to court with them. I hadn't got any of them out of jail. They all seem to be pretty good guys, and so I'm kind of proud of them. Jonathan is singing on a couple of my CDs. He's actually leading some songs on a couple of them. I did a song called Pick Yourself Up, Dust Yourself Off, and he did all the background on that particular unit, that particular piece. Old Rugged Cross on the Stay With Jesus CD, that's my son Jonathan and my brother McCollins. They got to do that together, and that was a great feeling for him because McCollin passed shortly after then, and he got to sing with his uncle. And so he was excited about that. Just to move on, fast forward, I guess you would say I've been singing probably about 50-some years because I sung my first song at 5 with my mama. Oh, how sweet it is to be saved. And I know people don't sing that song no more, but it's still sweet to be saved. It still is. And in Newburgh, in New York, I started singing with a group called Mighty Jubilaires. I guess I started singing with them about 23 years old. And I sung with them for like 14 years. The Mighty Jubilaires, we did a few CDs. Moving from the Jubilaires, I went with the Bravo Brothers out of New Jersey. That was my first major group to sing with the Bravo Brothers. We did a major recordings, what you would call with a record label, And so that was another great experience, singing with those guys. And we did that for about 15 years as well. The Brown Brothers, we did our first CD with a record label called Popular Records, and it was a European label. We was the only gospel group they had under that label. Someone just may listen to this and remember a group called Backyard Construction. They was on that label. That was an R&B group, and so we was proud to be under the label with Popular Records. Then we went with Jet Records, and Jet Record was another major label. And so to Pardison, I had the first CD in the house. Pardison, I know he has some platinums and some golds and platinums on the wall now, but I had the first CD, boy.